Some Roblox games aren't just strange or broken, they feel wrong. Players report games that glitch their accounts, break their avatars, or leave them with that sinking feeling that they weren't supposed to join. And the deeper you look, the more disturbing it gets. Today, I'm exposing the games you should never play. Please like and subscribe to boost this video and warn others from the awful things that are going on in the Roblox community. Let's begin. Smile is a game that watches you back.
Games you should never play on Roblox. Smile. So the game Smile is a very disturbing game on Roblox. It's one of the most disturbing games on Roblox. The game was created by Mothman. When you join, then you'll be spawning in a lobby. When you go outside, then you have to run straight. And when you do that, you'll see a lot of creepy smiles around you. That's when the scary things will happen. If you run straight again, then you will see a wall with a scary smile on it. When you run into the wall, you'll spawn in a red room with weird creatures. There will also be a lot of long hallways. There will also be a lot of more disturbing things going on in the game. When you go all the way straight in the hallway, then you will come into a room. In that room is a scary woman in a white dress chasing you. When you go further in the hallway, then you'll see a lot of disturbing rooms. I found one room really strange. It's a red room with a table in the middle of the room, with a knife stab right on the table. But that's not the only thing I saw. When the guy walked into the room, I saw a weird thing on the wall. Now I'm wondering what that sign means. If you want to play this game, then play it at your own risk. Stay safe out there.
Smile looks innocent enough. A plain game icon showing a basic Roblox smiley face. No flashy thumbnail, no description, nothing to suggest a danger. But when you join, it's immediately off. You spawn alone in a gray, empty room. The lighting is dull and flat. No music, no ambient sound. Just silence. In the center of the room stands a full-length mirror. As you move toward it, your avatar's face begins to change. First a smile, then the smile stretches, wider, wider still, until it looks warped and unnatural. And then it starts to feel like the reflection is looking back at you. Players who've tried it claim the game follows them. They leave, join another game, and their avatar keeps turning to face the camera, even when they're not touching their mouse. A few even posted screenshots where their face had permanently changed in the avatar editor. A smile stretched far too wide. And here's what's really strange. Smile keeps vanishing. The game gets deleted, only to reappear days later under a different account. No creator name, no group behind it. Just that same creepy mirror. The hospital. A map with no purpose. The hospital doesn't have a flashy icon, no description, just a generic title and a map that seems barely finished. You load in to a dimly lit hallway. The walls are misaligned, the textures are broken, and everything is silent, except for a faint, irregular beep in the distance, like a heart monitor deep inside the building. There are no enemies, no scripted jump scares, no instructions. But as you wander deeper into the empty halls, players have reported hearing whispers. Their usernames, spoken softly by an invisible voice. Some claim to hear footsteps behind them, but turning around shows nothing. And then, the game closes. A message flashes on the screen. You weren't supposed to be here. The game vanishes from your history, as if you never joined it. Some say the hospital was part of a canceled Roblox event. Others believe it was a testing ground for an abandoned AI project. But no one has managed to keep the game open long enough to find out what waits at the end of those halls. Cart ride into darkness, the glitch that breaks. You cart ride into darkness, starts like any other cart game. You sit. The cart moves. The track winds into a dark tunnel, but after a few turns, everything changes. The screen flickers black. The track starts to break apart. The cart derails, and your avatar falls into the void. And then the game freezes. You don't respawn. Your Roblox app crashes. When you log back in, something's wrong. Some players report missing hats or accessories. Others claim their avatar reset to default with no warning. A few even said their entire inventory glitched. Limiteds gone. Items missing. Attempts to rejoin fail. The game is gone. Deleted or renamed within minutes of causing the damage. Some think it's an old exploit, buried in the code. Others believe the game was made by banned developers, trying to break as many accounts as possible before Roblox catches up. Meep City, the secret room no one can find twice. Meep City is bright, colorful, and full of life, but the legend of the secret room has been passed around for years. The story claims that if you join Meep City at 3:33 a.m. server time, buy a certain house, and type "Let me in" at a specific spot near the map's edge, something strange happens. You get teleported. To where? A dark, silent version of Meep City. No meeps, no music, just a heavy red fog hanging over empty streets. Players swear they've seen the same thing, a giant shadowy meep watching them from the distance. If you approach it, the game crashes, your house disappears. The room? Unreachable again. No one has posted solid proof, just blurry screenshots, shaky videos, and cryptic posts. The developer denies it exists, but still, players keep trying. The next time you see a game that dares you to join that looks empty or that gives you a bad feeling, maybe listen to that instinct, or don't. But if you do, just remember this video when the strange stuff starts happening. Stay tuned, because this is just the surface. There are even creepier Roblox games out there, ones I couldn't fit into this video. If you want part 2, let me know in the comments. And before you click away, check out my breakdown of Roblox myths that might actually be real. I promise, what I found in the code will shock you. What if I told you that some of the most popular Roblox games you play every single day might not be as innocent as they seem? Today we're diving into the ultimate battle between good and evil on Roblox. I'm talking about the games that people say have satanic energy, cursed secrets, and hidden messages. Watch all the way through and tell me what side you're on. Before I reveal the first satanic game, I challenge you to hit that like button in the next 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Did you do it?
Let's start with the darker side. Doors is one of the most popular horror games on Roblox right now.
Roblox Doors is just like Five Nights at Freddy's. There's a theory that the hotel is not a hotel. There's actually a facility underneath the hotel. There were staff that worked down there, but things got bad. Entities were everywhere, so the staff were forced to retreat back up.
So, do we play as the staff?
Well, after the incident, you and your friends are sent back to the facility to help contain the entities left behind.
But have you ever really stopped to think about what's going on in that hotel? There's a theory that the hotel is actually purgatory. Every time you die, you don't really die. You're trapped in a loop, sent deeper and deeper into the void, trying to escape, but never really able to. And those monsters? They aren't just random creatures. Some players think they represent the 7 deadly sins. Seek with its endless chase could represent lust or desire. Screech could be wrath, attacking from the shadows without warning. The game forces you to face these entities over and over, like you're being punished for sins you don't even remember committing. And here's something really weird. Some players claim that if you play doors at exactly 3 a.m., certain entities spawn more often, and you hear faint whispers in the background music that aren't there during the day. Could this just be a creepy Easter egg? Or is the game trying to tell us something? Now let's talk about Murder Mystery 2.
The history of Murder Mystery 2. It all began on Christmas Day 2008. A developer named Nikilis joined Roblox with a passion for creating. Years later, in January 2014, he launched a game that would change the platform forever. Murder Mystery. Inspired by Gmod's murder mode, it was simple. One murderer, one sheriff, and a bunch of innocent players trying to survive. It exploded, gaining 1 million plays in just weeks. But the early hype couldn't last forever. Competitors like the Mad Murderer began catching up. So, in December 2014, Nikilis hit reset. Murder Mystery 2 was born. This new version brought loot boxes, crafting, and collectible weapons. Old knives were rebranded as classics, and new features began rolling in through seasonal events. 2015 kicked things off with a Halloween event full of spooky challenges and the now iconic spider knife. The Christmas event that followed introduced gifts and godly tier weapons like sugar and chill. But 2015 wasn't perfect. MM2 saw a steep dip in visits. That didn't last. 2016 was a comeback year. The game added pets, toys, and launched on Xbox and mobile. By the end of the year, it skyrocketed to 191 million visits, finally outpacing its rivals. 2017 introduced the Assassin mode and legendary maps like Hospital 2 and Mansion 2, pushing MM2 past 500 million visits. 2018 and 2019 saw more elaborate events, 1 billion total visits, and the introduction of tiered reward systems. Then came 2020. The pandemic hit, and everyone turned to games. MM2 doubled its numbers, hitting 3 billion visits by summer. By 2021, the game introduced evolvable weapons like the Reaver knife, adding XP-based upgrades.
Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you see. Don't believe what you see. Believe what.
On the surface, it's just a fun game about surviving or hunting down the murderer. But look closer. On certain maps, there are paintings with eyes that seem to follow you. Some players swear that if you stand in front of them long enough, your screen flickers for a split second, like someone is watching. And that's not all. Rumors have spread that if you win as murderer 66 times in one session, the game crashes and flashes a red screen with symbols that no one can translate. People have tried recording it, but the footage always seems to corrupt. It could just be coincidence, or it could be something a lot darker. Ask yourself this: why would the developers leave those creepy little details in a simple murder game? And then there's Brookhaven. You might think it's just a peaceful role-play game, but people have found strange things hidden in its world.
Roblox games with backstories. Brookhaven. So, I don't know if this story is actually true or just a myth, but I'm just going to finish my story. So if you haven't heard, Brookhaven used to be another game. This game used to be called Alien Invasion. Now, Alien Invasion used to be a horror game before Brookhaven. In Alien Invasion, there would be a place that had a moon, and the moon had creepy faces and other stuff. This made a lot of people very horrified and traumatized. And the owner of the game knew this was scaring people, so the owner decided to change the game into a role-playing series game, which today, it is now called Brookhaven RP. And that's why in Brookhaven, there is a lot of creepy places and figures around the map. Creepy, ain't it? Anyways, what do you think about this?
Under the mountain is a secret base. If you've ever glitched inside, you've probably seen the weird markings on the walls. Some players connected the lines between these markings and claimed they form pentagrams. There's even a chair in the center of the room, as if something or someone is supposed to sit there while others stand in a circle. People have said that if you sit in the chair at night, your avatar starts to move on its own, and the lights flicker in patterns. Is it just a creepy coincidence? Or is Brookhaven hiding a cult-like secret in plain sight? If you've ever glitched into that bunker, comment I've seen it. Let's see how many of you are brave enough to admit it. But not all games on Roblox give off cursed vibes. Some feel almost the opposite, like you're stepping into a world of peace and positivity. Adopt Me is the perfect example. The soft colors, the cheerful music, the focus on caring for pets and trading items. It's like a virtual paradise where kindness is the main goal. There's no fighting, no scary monsters, just players working together to build a better world. Some fans call it Roblox Heaven because it's one of the few places where everyone just wants to help each other out. Would you rather be trapped in the endless nightmares of doors or live forever in the calm world of Adopt Me? Let me know in the comments. Royal High is another game that people see as heavenly.
Floating castles, bright skies, magical fountains that grant wishes. Everything about it feels like it's meant to be a positive space. Players work together, show off their fashion, win prizes, and send each other good vibes. And those halos? People really do treat them like angelic items. There's even a joke that the Fountain of Dreams is where Roblox angels go to hang out. Now, for the final message, I challenge you again. Subscribe to the channel right now using only your elbow and comment Team Heaven or Team Hell. You won't want to miss what's next.